The fruit of nursing. With more than 3 million members, the nursing profession is the largest segment of the nation's healthcare workforce. Working on the front lines of patient care, nurses can play a vital role in helping realize the objective set forth in the 2010 Affordable Care Act legislation that represent the broadest healthcare overhaul since the 1965 creation of the Medicare and Medicaid programs. A number of barriers prevent nurses from being able to respond effectively to rapidly changing healthcare settings and an evolving health care system. These barriers need to be overcome to ensure that nurses are well positioned to lead change and advance health. In 2008, the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation (RWJF) and the Institute of Medicine (IOM) launched a two-year initiative to respond to the need to assess and transform the nursing profession. The IOM appointed the Committee on the RWJF Initiative on the Future of Nursing at the IOM with the purpose of producing a report that will make recommendations for an action-oriented blueprint for the future of nursing. Nurses practice in many settings, including hospitals, schools, home, retail health clinics, long-term care facilities, bedflats, and community and public health centers. They have varying levels of education and competencies, from licensed practical nurses who greatly contribute to direct patient care in nursing homes, to nurses scientists who research and evaluate more effective ways of caring for patients and promoting health. The committee considered nurses across roles, settings, and education levels in its effort to envision the future of the profession. Through its deliberations, the committee developed four key messages that structure the recommendation present in this report. While most nurses are registered nurses (RNs), more than a quarter million nurses are advanced practice registered nurses (IPRNs) who have multitudes of doctoral degrees and pass national certification exams. Nurse practitioners, clinical nurse specialist, nurse anesthetist, and nurse midwives are licensed as APRNs. Because licensing and practice rules vary across states, the regulation regarding scope overparties which defines the activities that a qualified nurse may perform have varying effects on different types of nurses in different parts of the country. For example, while some states have regulations that allow nurse practitioners to see patients and prescribe medication without a physician's supervision. A majority of states do not. Consequently, the task nurse practitioners are allowed to perform are determined not by their education and training but by the unique state laws under which they work. The report offers recommendations for a variety of scales, from state legislators to the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services to the Congress, to ensure that nurses can practice to the full extent of their education and training. The federal government is particularly well suited to promote reform of states' scope practice laws by sharing and providing incentives for the adoption of best practice. One sub-recommendation is related to the Federal Trade Commission. which has long targeted anti-competitive conduct in the healthcare market, including restrictions on the business practice of healthcare providers, as well as policies that could act as a barrier to entry for new competitors in the market. Hik to turnover rates among neo-nurses underscore the importance of transition to tier residency programs, which help manage the transition from nursing school to practice and help new graduates further develop the skills needed to deliver safe, quality care. While nursing residency programs sometimes are supported in hospitals and larger health systems. They focus primarily on acute care. However, residency programs need to be developed and evaluated in community settings to ensure the delivery of safe, effective care across settings. The nursing education system must be improved. Patients' needs have become more complicated, and nurses need to attain requisite competencies to deliver high-quality care. These competencies include leadership, healthy policy system improvement, research and evidence-based practice, and teamwork and collaboration, as well as competency in specific context areas, including community and public health and geriatrics. Nurses also are being called upon to fill expanding roles and to master technological tools and information management system while collaborating and coordinating care across teams or health professionals. Nurses must achieve high levels of education and training to respond to these increasing demands. Education should include opportunities for sales transition into healthcare programs from licensed practical nurse (LPN) licensed vocational nurse (LVN) diplomas to the associates (ADN) and bachelor's (BSN) degrees to master's, PhD, and Doctor of Nursing practice (DNP) degrees. Nurses also should be educated with physicians and other health professionals, both as students and through their careers in the lifelong learning opportunities. And to improve the quality of obtained care, a greater emphasis must be placed on making the nursing workforce more diverse, particularly in the areas of gender and race, ethnicity. Efforts to cultivate and promote leaders within the nursing profession, from the front lines of care to the bedroom, will prepare nurses with the skills needed to help improve healthcare and advance their profession. As leads, nurses must act as full partners in reducing efforts, be accountable for their own contribution to delivering high quality care, and work collaboratively with leaders from other health professions. Being a full partner involves taking responsibility for identifying problems and areas of system work, devising and implementing improvement plans, tracking improvement over time, and making necessary adjustments to realize established goals. In the health policy area, nurses should participate in assuming decision making and be engaged in healthcare from relevant implementation efforts. Nurses also should serve actively on advisory boards on which policy decisions are made to advance health system and improve patient care. In order to ensure that nurses are ready to assume leadership roles, nursing education programs need to embed leadership-related competencies throughout in Christian leadership, development, and mentoring programs need to be made available for nurses at all levels, and a culture that promotes and values leadership need to be fostered. All nurses must take responsibility for their personal and professional growth by developing leadership competencies and exercising these competence across all care settings. Planning for fundamental with training gains in the education and development of the nursing workforce will require comprehensive data on the numbers and types of health professionals, including nurses, currently available and required to meet future needs. See and improved infrastructure for collecting and analyzing workforce data is in place. Systematic assessment and projection of workforce requirements by role, skill mix, region, and demographics will be needed to inform change in nursing practice and education. The 2010 Affordable Care Act manages the creation of both a national healthcare workforce commission to help cope the demand for healthcare workers and a national center for workforce analysis to support workforce and data collection and analysis. These programs help place a priority on systematic monitoring of the supply of healthcare workers across professions, review of the data and methods needed to develop accurate prediction of workforce needs, and coordination of the collection of data on the health care workforce at the state and regional levels. All data collected must be timely and publicly accessible. The United States has the opportunity to transform its health care system, and nurses can and shall play a fundamental role in this transformation. However, the power to improve the current regulatory business and organizational conditions does not rest solely with nurses. Government business healthcare organization professional association, and the insurance industry all must play a role. The recommendations presented in this report are directed to individual policy makers, national, state, and local government, legislators, and healthcare research executives and professionals, including nurses and others, as well as to learn groups, so as listening bodies, education